But you're talking about some pretty big projects, and you hear about the economy still being
Sure.
kind of in the rut. What's your take on it? How's Cornelius doing, and how are the businesses doing?
Well, one of the things, and I'd love to say it's all me and take credit for it, but it's really the town boards and the prior mayors, to even prior to me, that have taken a very fiscally responsible approach to governing and manage the finances. And we have unbelievably wonderful staff. We are truly blessed, and Anthony Roberts and Jackie Huffman, who runs the finance department for the community. I look at the county that's got a 50 to 70 million dollar shortfall, the state that's at a multi-billion dollar shortfall, and we've actually been putting money away for a rainy day and cutting expenditures and being very frugal in where we spend and being selective on the projects we invest in and hopefully spending wisely. But financially, we're in great shape. So.
And what about the business community in terms of the number of businesses that are in what
There's no question we've got more open storefronts than normal on the retail side. A lot of that is attributed to the economy, I think, and we see the slowdown, and it's tough for the small business owners, and I'm one of those. We employ a whopping 11 people and keep busy, but it is a struggle for the small business owner, and we're doing some things. I'm working with a couple of the businesses now, and we're putting together kind of a discussion group, if you will, of a couple dozen business owners in the community to start looking at ways, what are their issues and needs, and how does the community can facilitate and help. It's not a government's job to run a business or make them successful, but we also kind of want to be out of their way, if maybe is a better way to describe it, so they can be successful and flourish even in tough times. So we're trying to listen and hear what programs and things we can do to facilitate.
What are they asking for? Have you heard?
Actually, we've just started. One of the big issues that we're dealing with right now, which has got spending a lot of time on, is actually the banner issue. Businesses being able signs, directional wayfinding signage, signage for sales and that kind of activity, and that's a balancing act between determining. We're trying to kind of limit that.
Right.
At the same time, you don't want to have a negative impact on the businesses. You want people to be able to recognize when something is going on special at a business. So.
But you don't want to lose that quaintness either.
You definitely don't. You don't want the clutter.
Tacky.
You don't want the clutter of just any kind of old approach to signs and banners and that. So we're trying to address it. We're going to take a very comprehensive look at that. Which does bring us to one thing I don't know if you guys are aware of. We're getting ready to kick off in March at what we refer to as a comprehensive master plan. Will take over a year and a half to do, which we're basically saying, what does Cornelius want to be when we're completely grown up and grown out? And we're going to open it up to everyone in the community to participate. Davidson recently finished theirs. They had over 100 citizens, and we look to have as many or more involved in our process. It is clearly the #1 initiative we'll undertake in the next 2 years for the community, because it will lay a roadmap, a foundation for land use, for business development, for residential growth, schools, infrastructure issues, budgeting, and so it will be very important to the community. So the residents need to get involved, pay attention, and listen to some of the issues that are being addressed and raised, and have a say. This is their opportunity to do that.
Now, what is the population in Cornelius?
Cornelius right now is around 25,000. We've got about 15 square miles of town area that's in our jurisdiction. We're obviously bordered by the lake in Davidson and Huntersville. At full build out, we probably comfortably get to about 34,000. We start putting more than that, we're going to be in high-rise condominiums or something.
Want to go there.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to hear an update about, because we were talking to you about it almost a year ago, was the animal shelter.
Sure.
And how that's been going.
Animal shelter is a spectacular event. And I'll address a couple things just there. One is the animal shelter itself. As you know, about 3/4 of the funds for that, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, was raised privately in donations by the community, and even small kids who donated their birthday party money. It is an amazing effort. It's been a huge success. So we're very proud of that facility and what it's doing. And the volunteers, I mean, this could not happen without all the volunteers. So I tip my hat off to all those people, their dedication, their passion in taking care of these animals. And the thing that we are most proud of is we have almost a non-kill approach to the
That's great.
facility. I
Yeah.
mean, we adopt literally almost every animal that can be adopted does get adopted. There's animals, you know, that may be a danger or a threat
Right,
because they
right.
bite and those kinds of things. They can't be adopted, but when they can, they find a home, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, other two things that we recently did in the community in this past year was this basically, and it's not just Cornelius, this is a Davidson Cornelius Huntersville effort, and Mooresville even to an extent, is we saved the senior center.
Yeah, right,
And it
that's
still
true.
struggles financially, so people need to stay tuned and again stay involved with that initiative if that's your passion and what you enjoy doing, being involved with the seniors. But we've kept that senior center open, and we're going to continue to do that. And we also, through with the work and help of the churches in the area, saved the Cornelius Davidson Daycare Center, which
Right,
has,
we were following that for a while.
That's
it's actually, they doubled their pledge that they were going after. So instead of having just 1 year's worth of income to run that facility, they actually have got pledges for over 2 years
Oh, that's
to
good.
operate.
That's
That's
better
great.
than what I
That's
last heard.
incredible.
New board, it's you know, it's got a 45, 50-year-old history in the community, and they've got teachers there that have worked, you know, 3 decades, you know, and it's just such, again, the diversity of the kids that get to attend that facility. It's something we're pretty proud that the community rallied behind and saved.
And now you were also, last time I saw you were talking about getting people to donate supplies for Haiti. How did that effort
Yeah,
go?
I think there's going to be a picture coming out in one of the local papers. But we collected between the churches because it was just something I kind of had picked up on. One of the area Methodist churches really kind of led that initiative. But we collected like 3,000 kits.
That's
And
great.
again, just the classic response of our community stepping up and coming to the aid and help of others in need. It's a pretty special place to live.
Well, you are a busy man, and we really appreciate you coming and taking time out of your day to meet with us and give us some updates. And you've really accomplished a lot with Cornelius, and
Well, happy
really
to do
brought
it.
the community together.
I appreciate it. And again, it's so many caring people that get involved, and that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
we appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good to see you again.
Hopefully we'll do it again.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Thanks.